leave me.
Hands on your head. Gas again. You've been gassed again. Gassed again. Gassed again.
It's over. It's over. Listen, it's over.
Yeah, been assaulted.
Please,
You've got a weapon.
Please,
Bleeding from the head.
Amy.
Ambulance.
Amy, the number, please. Amy, call
He's
her.
got a blade, I think.
Amy. Please.
I didn't see anything. There was no warnings. Couldn't see any objects. But I knew that I'd been slashed down the face. And then it's the fight or flight mode. Do you just sort of fly and try and get away, or do you just try and fight? He was shouting in the street, but also trying to back away from us, trying to get into properties and trying each one. Eventually he did get in a house, and I found strength from somewhere then just to grab hold of him and chuck him out of the house, back onto the street again. In my mind it could have gone into a potential hostage situation. He could have tried to escape. We didn't know if he had anything on him. We didn't know a danger or a threat that he might be. And then it's, what do you do? Case of trying to call colleagues or get some more assistance, but at the same time you've got to try and protect not only you, other people around you, but members of the public. And then I went in to try and effect an arrest.
Hand out your pocket now!
No, I'm done.
No!
No.
Stay there!
Mate,
Hand out your pocket! To the floor!
I'm done.
To the floor now!
I'm done.
To the floor!
Hey, it's over.
On the floor now!
It's over.
On the floor now!
I drew me a police issue baton. That had no effect on him. We did end up using a little bit more gas that was left over. That had no effect. And then when I went in to use my cuff to try and get a handcuff on him, it was then that just was a blur. I didn't see anything. There was no warnings. Couldn't see any objects. But I knew that I'd been slashed down the face.
More units, dog unit. He's got LV or taser. He's got a weapon. Trying to get into houses, Brough Street.
I think I know I've been struck. I know I've been slashed because I remember saying I've been slashed. I didn't know how many times or the severity of it. I just knew that when the armed response guys came down with the first aid kit that they were bandaging me up.
Never
Is
been
that
on a
all
blue
you've got? Is that
screen.
all you got? What about your arms?
I think that's just surface blood.
So it's not slashed. You've not put your hands up defensive wise.
I'd have my baton in my hand and my gas in the
His
other.
baton and his
So
cuffs are down there, and he's
yeah.
still got them in his hand with the towel up at his head when
Yeah.
I come to him.
And my wife, who was at home with our 2 children, she got the knock at the door that no one wants, especially at that time of night. And when you're told, your husband's in resus and to bring a change of clothes, ultimately, you think the worst. With the wound to my front, it went down from the top of my head and then sort of almost bypassed my left eye, probably through reflex, and then down sort of onto the top of my mouth. And again, it could have been that I'd lost my sight. That would have been a real possibility. And then the other slash to the side of my face, again, that went right down. And if it had not been for flinching back, the first photo I saw was it where there was a scratch mark to the carotid artery. And if I'd have not moved or through instinct, that could have been totally different, and it would have been game over.
You're not me! You're still connected to the taser!
Being on the front line, you never know what job you're going to and how it's going to pan out, and it can be absolutely fine 1 minute, something switches, and then it's just totally out of your control. So the dangers are very real. You know, this is me having to live through it, and now with the injuries, it's they will be with me forever. And yeah, that danger never seems to go away.
Stay there now!
I've got 1,000 of them, just
Right, put your hands on your head! Hands on your head now!
No,
Hands on your head now! Hands on your head!
just leave me. Just leave me.
I'd like to think that, you know, this is a deterrent for everyone who goes out and, you know, who carries a knife, not to carry one, because this is the harsh reality of it. But also the fact that, you know, the judges not only would be going out, but protecting not only the public, but a police officer carrying out the lawful duty on the streets, you know, who's come to harm like this, and that other people will see, you know, that you attack a police officer just doing the job, and this is the kind of sentence you're going to get. Which, you know, people will say it's what is a long enough sentence, and it will never be a long enough sentence. But, you know, we've got to move on now and deal with it. And then, yeah, just sort of look to a future and look trying to be positive and, yeah.